Oh, hi, I just did a vlog. I was talking for 50 fucking minutes. Why am I not seeing myself? There we are. I was talking for 50 freaking minutes about my BLM request video. I talked for 15 minutes and then I went to upload it, but I was like, oh, right, I'm signed into my vlog channel. So let's back out of here and then sign into my main channel so that I can upload my BLM video to my main channel. But because I backed out, it deleted the fucking video. I had no idea that that was going to happen. I thought the video was on there. I recorded the video. I stopped the video. The video should be on the computer, on the phone, but it's not. So I learned the lesson the hard way. I talked for 50 fucking minutes about Black Lives Matter. 50 minutes. And then the video went poofy. The video went poofy because I have 3 different channels. I have Kyle Pounds Streaming, I have Kyle Pounds Vlog, and I have Kyle Pounds. I uploaded Kyle Pounds I accidentally uploaded my vlog to my Kyle Pounds video because I forgot to sign out. So I had to private the video and then upload it again and then sign out and sign back into my vlog channel and upload the video. And so as it was uploading, I decided I'd go ahead and record another video. So I recorded my new video while I was still signed into my vlog channel. So that's why I remembered. I was like, oh, okay, well, let's sign out after I recorded the video. But the video doesn't fucking save until you hit the button that says start. So you have to actually start to upload the video before it's actually on your phone, and then you can back out. So that's the lesson that I learned today, the hard way. That's what happens, growing pains, man. It's been 6 months since I did a video, and I've never been in a situation where I'm uploading multiple videos to multiple different channels a day. So you just have to remember to sign out and sign back in. And if you forget to do that, you have to upload the video. Even if it's to the wrong channel, at least upload the video, or else the video's gone. So anyways, I have to do the video all over again. I've already been spending 15 minutes. I'm not going to talk 50 minutes again. I'll make it really quick just because it's a request video somebody gave me this morning. So what do I think about the Bureau of Land Management? I like that they let you camp on your car in the woods, but that's not even what this video is about. It's about Black Lives Matter. Yes, I think Black Lives Matter. I side with the Black Lives Matter, and I side against Proud Boys. I side for Antifa, and I side against Proud Boys. Yeah, sure, maybe they filmed some lunatic's Antifa person swinging a fucking bike lock at somebody, but who knows? Maybe that was a goddamn Proud Boy or somebody from the right wing, because those people like to do that all the time. The right wing, they busted into the Capitol. Everybody knows it's the Trumpers and the right wing. Yet now all of a sudden everybody's saying that it was the left wing that did it. It's unbelievable. So like you could have a goddamn dragon breathing fire on your kids in your front lawn, but if Trump says that's not a dragon, that's actually a Barack Obama dressed in a dragon suit, they're gonna fucking believe him. It's unbelievable. So so yeah, Black Lives Matter. I think that having babies with people from other countries is good. Other races is good because it makes people less racist. It's kind of hard to hate a black person if you know that your friend's parent is black. If you have all the different shades between all the different races, where there's the absolute race, but then there's all the different shades between, and most people are one of the shades between, and hardly ever anybody's an actual race. That's going to do wonders for racial relations all over the world. So I think that that's good. And so anybody who tries to protect us. So let's explain what's happening. We should have been expecting this since the very, very beginning of America. We should have been predicting it was going to happen, where all of a sudden everybody's white. Everybody's not white. I'm 47 years old, so I remember in the early 80s everybody was white. I remember Beverly Hills 90210, not a single person wasn't white in the whole show. Friends, everybody's white. Cheers, everybody's white. Happy Days, they're all white. Everybody's white. I guess Happy Days had Pat Morita, but everybody's pretty much white all over the place. And now 2021, nobody's white. Everybody's not white. You go into like a Google and you hear people talking about Google AI or whatever, quantum engineering. You look in the crowd, everybody's like black or brown. So it's freaking out all the white people. Because lots of white people, they did the motions and then they end up poor because we have a fucked up country. So then they look at other people and they see that they're brown and they're doing well and then they're pissed. So it's pretty simple. However, it gets a little bit more complicated than that, in that we're actually inviting brown people over from third world countries. I saw a video where where a guy in India was saying there's this big epidemic of fake diplomas. And, people in third world countries are all liars anyway. So they have fake diplomas. They come here, oh, look at my diploma. Somebody's like, whatever, fake or not, whatever. I pay you less so you come over here. They pay them less, fake it till they make it. And then they make a bunch of money and then they bring their family over. And then the person who was here and had the school and has the school debt and did everything by the book don't get paid because they had to pay them a little bit more. And then they're up shit creek with a minimum wage job, and the third world countries are coming all over. That's not fair. And then like the Chinese people get in control of the magnets. We invented these magnets that guide missiles, and then the company was bought by a Chinese company, and then they brought the technology over there, and now they have all the factories and technology and trade secrets over there because we just gave it to them after we invented it. That's not right. So that whole protectionism with Trump, it made people so emotional that they became irrational, and they just across the board, anything that's not protectionist white is bad. And so Biden, and the left wing and the Antifa people, Black Lives Matter people, they do themselves a big favor if they were to become protectionist as well. And then, the white right wingers wouldn't have as much to argue against. There are some annoying things that third world people do. I remember this. There's that guy Patrick Bet-David. He's Iranian. He comes over here, and he says he made hundreds of millions of dollars because his whole MO is he took advantage of the insurance racket, and then he only hires brown skinned third worlders, and he says because they value life more and they work harder. So they're higher quality people. So anybody who comes from a crappy third world country to America is a higher quality people, so hire them. That reminds me of this time where I was working as a furniture mover back when I was living with my mom when I was younger. And I shouldn't have been having a job at all because I was spending all my time organizing her house, but she was a lunatic and she made me have any old job. So I got any old job. Working as a furniture mover, and this asshole was talking trash right in front of me about locals, how they're not hard workers and they don't show up on time because they're all spoiled, because he's from New Jersey and people in New Jersey are totally hard workers and better people. And like he was refusing to pay me more than $9 an hour because I'm like spaced out and I'm like dopey because I'm like a boulderite. So see that kind of shit, protectionism. We need to watch out for the protectionists, And like me, school. I go to school, I do everything, and then I got kicked out of school, just because I'm me, and I'm white. But now at my school, the leader of the education department is like a 30-year-old like Indian lady. So it's like we need to definitely be protectionist for the white people, so that they don't get pissed off, and for the Americans, but at the same time, not try to get racist, So yes, Black Lives Matter, and anybody who's against Black Lives Matter is bad. Black people in particular, I think, should be helped, not reparations, because. But if you want to start giving people UBI money, we should do UBI, and that'll help everything. Because desperation is what causes thievery, and people get desperate when they don't have their UBI. Give them UBI and they don't have any reason to be desperate. They can just have a reason to be depressed, not have enough money to do any extra. So here's where my bike school idea comes from. You start the bike school, and anybody, it's like America, because that's what people are trying to get back to, America, meritocracy. Back in the good old days, you would go out and you'd farm and do all the steps you need, and then you make the money. It's like black and white. There's no, asshole teacher stepping in your way, blocking you, telling you can't go any farther, kicking you out. Like how I got kicked out of college for no reason at all, actually. They broke the law. They kicked me out because I got a D- in my final class, but there's no rule that says you get kicked out if you have a D-. They just made it up. So if you have bike school, there is no person just kicking you out, you know, out of whatever reason. They just pay you for doing the motions like you're a farmer, you know. You get up, you ride your bike 100 miles a day, you lift weights, you know, you record what you did physically, and then you biweekly history test every 2 weeks. You have the random number generator, say a decade, and then you have to say what you know about that decade in a minute, and then you get through and you do book reviews every day, and you get paid for it, you know. And if you don't do that, then you don't get paid, and you just get your UBI, right? So it's this graduating sliding scale. The harder work, the more you get, and then people can become colorblind. That's how you fix it. And so by shutting down the schools, all the schools except for the people who need it for babysitting, and then eventually shut them all down. That saves all the money because we know how much money you spend on schools and yet infrastructure and the jobs for that. And then that'll lead people shutting down the army and the military, and then we all become protectionist, and we will spread the greatness of America through our reputation and not from bombing other countries. That'll save a whole bunch of money, you know. The F-35 program could have fed all of could have housed all the homeless people 17 times over. And we don't even use the F-35 plane. It would have got paid student debt like 15 times over or something. So once you liberate the money, but it's streamlining the economy, but also getting rid of wealth discrepancy, because wealth discrepancy creates more wealth discrepancy. It creates an attitude of, you know, the super smart people and then the horrible people, and then you know, industries of serving other people and people not being able to take care of themselves, and it's better, you know, it'll pay provide a whole lot of money for the UBI and the bike school if you were to tax the wealthy and not let them get away with robbing. There's this book David K. Johnson wrote where he's listing all the ways how rich people just use the advantage of the government, like subsidies and grants and stuff, even though they don't need them because they're just not well managed. And then when you go bankrupt, you just or you do something criminal, you don't go to jail, you just you know, lose your company, but you get to keep the money and all that kind of stuff. Fix all that kind of stuff, and then it won't be a Black Lives Matter versus Antifa, you know, of left versus right. It's ridiculous, but it's all the right's fault. I mean, the right go and they storm the Capitol, and then now they're saying that it was the left wing who did it, just because somebody said so. You know, it's crazy. But I think that they're being crazy out of their anger. You know, somebody becomes angry enough to become crazy. So. Take the desperation away. Also, there's another thing, weed. I think everybody started smoking weed like 5 years ago, and it's making everybody kind of like mass psychosis. You know, I started smoking weed in like 2014. I only quit a couple days ago, but yeah, it gets you like emotional, and you know, it makes you double down on your ideas and stuff. And so I think that's kind of happening on a mass psychosis level, and it only lasts for 5 or 10 years until people will outgrow the weed and not be toughing it all the time, and you know, and then society will catch up to the open-mindedness that the weed's getting us to that we always should have had before. We've changed so much in the last 10 years. I remember 10 years ago, I got in trouble for dancing in my underwear, you know, like nobody danced, nobody did videos. Now everybody's doing videos, everybody's dancing with TikTok. People are a lot more open-minded and tolerant than they were just 10 years ago. So if you make it, you know, just expect it to get better. In 10 more years, people will be more tolerant. We're just getting used to the idea of black and brown people taking over like they always should have, you know, like with ancient Rome. Ancient Rome started with Italians, then it went to, Romans, then it went to Italians, then it went to all over the empire. You know, the first non-Italian emperor of Rome, Trajan, was a Spaniard, and he was the emperor at the absolute height of Rome. And that's just what happens. You know, you become a world society, you take world people are all colors. And then when all mate with everybody, we're all shades of everything. That's what America is. What other country is going to create every shade of everything? China? No, America. America is where every race can mate with every race. You create every single shade, and then you get rid of the racism. And but yeah, Black Lives Matter, and I'd say even more than the Native Americans. Native Americans are still kind of anti-America, you know, against Mount Rushmore and trying to become like whites, you know, saying only the worst version of whites. Like whites aren't allowed to use Jeep because it was a Native American word from a long time ago. You're not allowed to climb rocks on Native American territory because it's sacred, stay away. And like, you know, like that's the exact stuff that Native Americans were complaining of white people did. You know, setting up divisions and fences and this land is my land, and now they're doing it. So I don't trust the natives, but the black people, and besides, they already get paid to stick their thumbs up their asses. But the white people, I mean the black people, they've been Americans as long as white people have. They love America. Native Americans always looked at black people like Native Americans. They called them white. They called them black whites. That's the word for them. Wasichu was white and Wasichu black or whatever. That's what they called blacks. So blacks are basically like white people, but they're suppressed. The cowboys back in the day were blacks, a lot of them. So yeah, definitely we should protect the black people, not give them money reparation, but yeah, definitely protect them and say Black Lives Matter. Obviously, Black Lives Matter, and you know, but there is that there's maybe I should say that yeah, black people do I guess don't respect cops as much, and that's probably where the problems. They had to kill that black guy the other day because he physically fought two cops. Like, why did you do that? You don't do that. White people don't do that. That's just not what you do in civilized countries. So yeah, as long as black people can learn how to not fight cops and run away from cops and jaywalk in front of fucking cops, then you're all right. Or refuse to leave a Starbucks because you're not buying a coffee, and then say it's because you're black. Like, don't pull that I'm black card out. But yes, black lives. The George Floyd thing was bad, and that was racist. And so yeah, black lives matter. And anybody who mates with another race, I think, is to be commended because we need more of that. I married a girl who was dark-skinned Chilean, so I did my part. So anyways, that's what I think. 16 minutes, that's not too long. Way better than 50 minutes like I did before. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow.